everyone. Today I have with me Connor Bartley, a contributing author for the book Mortgage Manager Mastery, a book on sales leadership and mortgage banking for new and experienced leaders. Connor wrote a terrific chapter on From Average to Elite, Creating a Winning Recruiting Strategy. Connor is the National Recruiting Manager for Lower. He's had a long history in recruiting, including Loan Depot and Gateway Mortgage. He also has a podcast that I highly recommend you listen to and sign up for, the Lowdown Mortgage Podcast. Hi, Connor.
Pat, I'm so excited to finally be talking about this book. I just want to first just say thank you for having me as a contributor to it. It was an honor, and I hope it brings a ton of value to people that are able to read it.
Well, I'm excited about it also, and I just wanted to really kind of capitalize what you were talking about in your chapter. And so, if you had to say your one big idea for managers to take away, what would that be?
Well, I think it's so important that managers really focus on, they say the fortune is in the follow-up. And
Yeah,
a lot of times in recruiting, we get a thanks but no thanks, or a not now, or a not interested. And then it's, let's put that prospect on the shelf for another 60 to 90 days, and
yeah,
then let's try again. And as I mentioned in the chapter, sometimes in the middle of that 60 to 90 days, you see something online that they switch jobs. And really, it's just about maintaining a valuable reason for following up, whether that's sharing a valuable underwriting tip or something about a product guideline, a sales or marketing tactic that you've learned from someone else or that someone in the branch is doing, or just inviting them to a local or even a virtual event, but staying, diligent in those valuable follow-ups, I think, is one part that a lot of recruiting managers miss. They've got so many other plates that they're spinning.
sure.
They put this off to the side, and unfortunately, sometimes that means that prospect goes somewhere else.
Well, I think you make also a great point that it really is a systematic approach. And I don't know that many people look at it that way. It's just not one phone call and you're going to have success. And I think you make the point that it's a series of value components and it's almost like developing a story. Is that correct of how I'm portraying what you were saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is all about kind of stacking that value over time and then also creating that value equation of
Hmm.
removing the risk and removing some of the struggle that they're going to feel and painting that bigger picture of what it's going to be like to join this team. And can you increase their perceived likelihood of success and get them to that dream outcome? And so yeah, I think in the chapter, anyone who reads it will see that there is sort of a cadence and a systematic approach to what you're building as you continue to work with that prospect, so that it's not just sort of the generic, hey, checking in, following up, how's it going, and really kind of relying on good timing to be the reason why you win that prospect. It really should be about the value that you bring as a leader.
So, what would you say for our listeners? What action step could the managers take tomorrow to improve their recruiting?
Yeah, the first thing they need to do is give themselves permission to be a recruiter. And what I mean by that is, again, back to all the spinning plates and all the different things that they're
Hmm.
dealing with on a day-to-day basis, you have to say, or I'm going to set aside the time and block it off and make sure
Hmm.
that it is uninterrupted and something that I don't sacrifice for the sake of, something else. And so give yourself the first most important part, give yourself permission to be a recruiter and really be, disciplined about the time that you put into it.
Really great points. So if you had to look out for the next few years, what are some of the biggest challenges that managers have, and what are some of the bigger opportunities that they
Yeah.
also have?
Well, it's a really interesting time in our industry right now because the talent pool is shrinking, right? We have less and less loan officers. People are leaving the business. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does make it more challenging on the recruiting front because it doesn't seem like anybody's less interested in recruiting loan officers to their company. And we have all this data available to us. So
Mhm.
everyone knows who everyone is, and there's less and
Yeah.
less of them. And so there's just it's difficult. It's a noisy place, right? It's a very difficult time to get someone's attention. And so I think that presents, it's a problem or a challenge, but it's exciting to me because it's making people be innovative. It's making,
Hmm.
it's giving birth to these new approaches and these new, more valuable ways to connect with people. And for a loan officer, I think it's an extremely valuable situation to be a part of because your value is sky high at this point, and
Hmm.
you have all this leverage to ask for the resources that you need. And
Yeah.
so, for managers in the future, I think the best way to navigate it is really to understand their value, to know what problems specifically that they solve, seek out the people that have those problems and share the solutions with them, and really, build a team based off of that. And so, when you're building your team based off of, solving problems, that's all recruiting really is, right? It's like solving problems for people.
Hmm.
And so when you have a team based off of that, and it's not just sort of rando commando team of who would say yes,
Yeah.
then you're going to have a really sharp team that will be attractive to other loan officers like the ones that already work for you. And like goes with like. And when you can build something like that, I think you really have a powerful presence in your market.
Any last thoughts that you want to share with our audience today?
I would just say when you're out there having a conversation, be curious, lean in, and really take an interest in what that loan officer wants, what their desires are, what their goals are for the future. Really ask good questions. I would encourage any recruiter out there, branch manager, corporate recruiter, third party even, be very thoughtful about the questions that you're going to ask so
Hmm.
that you can get a very clear picture of who. It's not just about production. It can never be just about production. If it
Right.
is, you end up with people who come for money and leave for money, things like that, right? And so you really need to be thoughtful about the way you interact with your prospects and
Hmm.
build that trust, and really get to know them well. So just ask good questions.
Thanks, Connor, and thanks for your sharing your thoughts today. And for everyone listening and watching, you can take a deeper dive into what Connor has to say in his insight by going to Amazon to purchase, or also to www.mortgagemanagermastery to purchase the book. Thanks so much, Connor.
Thanks, Pat.